In this video, I'm going to share with you how environment can shape you to become the person that you can ultimately become, and also position you when it comes to the best opportunities out there. You don't want to miss this video. Dimitri here, let's get right into it. According to a survey that was conducted and released by CNBC, up to 85% of jobs out there are positions that were filled through networking. And up to 70% of job opportunities out there are never advertised. So, which goes on to show that networking is essential. For you to be seen and heard by the right people is absolutely crucial, because at the end of the day, it's not so much about what you know, the degrees that you have, the job experience that you bring to the table, but more specifically, who knows you. Because the people that you know are the one that's going to open doors and simply say, yes, this particular position was not advertised, but we can see that there's a fit between what you bring to the table and what we are looking for. So please come on in and we're going to make things happen for you. So in the eyes of many recruiters out there, the biggest issue that most of us face as far as advancement is concerned is what they identify as the network gap. Otherwise, the gap between what you know and what you bring to the table and who knows about your qualifications. And that gap, if it's not filled properly, you are still going to remain a potential and no one is going to know anything about what you can do for them. So don't stunt your own growth. This is absolutely essential. So you have to go out there and make yourself known. Yeah, and when I say don't stunt your own growth, I really mean it. In December 1989, somewhere in Romania, when President Nicolae Ceausescu was deposed, the revolutionaries were then able to open the world and give us a glimpse of what was happening behind closed doors as far as Romania is concerned. Then the world got to see one of the secret projects of Nicolae Ceausescu when it comes to how to position his country to become an economic power as far as Europe is concerned. And in his mind, that had to be done through population. So he was encouraging people to make as many babies as possible. And of course, as things will start happening, people realize that we're making babies, but we don't have the means to look after these babies. So the government started to put together orphanages where all these babies could now be given to the government to look after them through state agencies. But one thing led to another. Before you know it, all the state agencies run out of resources, not just financial resources, but also people to manage these facilities and more specifically look after these babies. And by the time discovered these orphanages, one of the key things that people noticed among many other issues was the fact that on average, the children that were actually raised in these orphanages were shorter than the kids that were raised in regular environment. Which then goes on to show that if you are not exposed to the right people, if you are not exposed to the right emotional environment, you are literally going to stunt your physical growth. You are going to literally stunt your emotional growth. You are literally going to stunt your spiritual growth, because in order for you to grow, you need something really key. You need for people to speak over you. You need for people to speak around you so that your mirror neurons can now go on to see exactly how things are supposed to be done as far as life is concerned. When you are deprived of that, you are literally going to stunt your own growth. So when it comes to a networking, two essential things that you have to consider. Networking is a way to actually expand your horizon. As you expand your horizon, you simply go now to gain access to what I call the MPIs. You're going to gain access to a higher level of mentorship. You're going to get access to a higher level of partnerships. You're going to get access to a higher level of investors, people who can actually come and invest into your idea, invest into your project, invest into anything that you're trying to put together as far as your life is concerned. That's number one. Networking also is a way for you to leverage something key, which is the industry connection that can give you access to the right opportunities that's going to match your growth goals. So if your growth goals are basically not seeing the right opportunities, you are going to remain at the level we're going to see remain stunted, and that's something you don't want to see as far as your professional advancement is concerned. So when it comes to networking, two essential things that you have to focus on. It's all about recalibration and positioning. Let me talk about, first of all, recalibration. When you are in a place of networking, you have to remember that the purpose of networking is not to collect as many business cards as possible. It's not about collecting as many phone numbers or email addresses as possible. That's not the purpose of networking. The purpose of networking is something key. It is an opportunity to recalibrate your mind. Let me prove it to you. Research has been able to prove that you don't listen with your ears, but you listen with your mind. So when someone is speaking to you, we tend to do this and say, yes, I would like to pay attention to what you are saying. But the truth is, you don't really listen with your ears in this instrument, but you listen with your mind. How do we know that? Because the mind is a software. The mind is a software that's going to now create some categories of filters through which you're going now to interpret or focus on the things that matter most to you. Let me just prove it to you. If I come to you and at the same time I'm speaking to you, I'm saying two key things different. I say loser and I say champion. I say loser and I say champion. Chances are, depending on your upbringing, depending on the environment in which you live, depending on the network that you are a part of, the word loser is not going to mean much. As a matter of fact, it will sound strange, but your mind is going to gravitate towards something key, champion, something that speaks to who you are. Because you're going to say, lose, I don't even know what it means, because that's not part of my reality. I can go on again and say, stupid, genius. You are stupid. You are a genius. Most people who are not really well calibrated in their minds are going to focus on the fact that, yes, he called me stupid. This is the reason why you can have an argument with someone and say many different things. But out of the 10 things you're going to say, they're going to tend to focus on the one key negative that's going to stand out, because they tend to distort the reality because their mind is calibrated towards the negative. And that's something key when it comes to our ability to listen. I'm also going to go on to say even our ability to see. Everybody can look around as far as life is concerned, but to see what's out there, everything is conditioned based on our networking, the environment in which we live on a daily basis. Let me just prove it to you with the perfect example again. Abraham was able to go to the mountain with his son Isaac. He was looking around, but the only thing he saw was an opportunity to put together an altar for his son Isaac. But he was not able to see, to register the fact that, yes, the ram I'm seeing right there is something I can use as far as this particular assignment is concerned, why did he actually fail to see? Simply because his mind was calibrated towards the negative. God is absolutely mean. God wants me to sacrifice my son. Wrong environment, wrong way of thinking, and wrong outcome. And that's definitely a factor of, as far as all of us are concerned. Again, the first purpose of networking is the ability for you to recalibrate your mind towards the positive. That's number one, because you're going to be exposed now to people who are going to show you that yes, at this particular level, you used to be exposed to a particular way of doing certain things. The car that you're driving at this particular level make you feel like you're a big shot, but you're going to go to a different level, a different place, a different environment, where you're going to see that people, as a matter of fact, don't drive. They are driven on a daily basis. They are chauffeured from point A to point B, and that's simply going to cause you to start seeing things differently, to start recalibrating your mind as far as possibilities are concerned. Number one, again, recalibration. And now positioning. When it comes to positioning, three key things need to happen. Number one, it's all about clarity. You have to know exactly what you're looking for. Number one. Number two, D for direction. You have to know exactly who has been there before when it comes to this particular route you're trying to take. And as for what services, as you go there, you're not going to ask for job interviews, ask for favors, but you are simply going there to simply offer services. As you're offering services, slowly but surely, you're going to now be seen as an indispensable resource. And as you become an indispensable resource, guess what? When the right opportunity is going to present itself within this particular network, your name is going to be mentioned first, because everyone will simply says, yes, as far as this thing is concerned, we can see that Dimitri is the right person for the job, because Dimitri has already exhibited all the right traits as far as what we want to put together as an assignment, and your name will be simply called up naturally without having to force anything. Why? Because you are already seen as an equal, or someone who's thinking on the same wavelength as far as the rest of the network is concerned. And before you know it, you're simply going to realize that yes, your net worth is simply going to be part of it's going to be correlated with the network of people that you spend most of your time with. All right, I'm going to stop right here. Before I go, just a quick reminder. The best is yet to come. But in order for the best to be manifested, you have to remember that, yes, it's all about being intentional. Simply keep this in mind. Networking is about repositioning yourself. It's about calibrating yourself, recalibrate yourself towards the better things. That's number one. Number two, it's all about positioning yourself. As you position yourself as a person who can show clarity as far as what you want, we can show clarity as far as the direction you want to take by following the right people, and last but not least, offer the right services to people around you. Slowly but surely, my friend, you are going to be seen as the indispensable go to person as far as whatever your industry is looking for, and before you know it, you are going to go on to simply make history the way you so designed to do. All right, much love, everyone. The best is yet to come. As far as this thing is concerned, I'm out. Take good care.